The Yoruba culture is far better than the Igbos. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. To get notified when we post hot juicy news updates, please click on the notification bell. Yoruba people and their culture. Why does it sound like this person is trying to pitch us against ourselves? He wants people to come. Anyway, let's find out what he's about to say. News in detail. Yoruba people live mostly in southwest Nigeria. They have developed a variety of different artistic forms, including pottery, weaving, beadwork, metalwork, and mask making. Most of the artwork were made to honor the gods and their ancestors. And since there are more than 401 known gods to Yoruba, there is much sculpture and artwork made. History. Yoruba history and culture. Yorubas originated from Ile-Ife, arose and become quite popular by their trading with the Portuguese, which gave them a large supply of guns. However, they were unable to push back the Fulani, who invaded them and pushed them off the Yoruba to the south. In the late 1800s, the Yoruba formed a treaty with the Fulani, and in 1901, they were colonized by the British. Because of their enmity with the Fulani, who are the great Islamic evangelists, most of the Yoruba people do not hold to Islam, but instead worship many of the gods and spirits that the Yoruba hold to. Economically, Yoruba people primarily engaged in agriculture, with about 15% of the people employed as merchants or artists and craftsmen. One of the features that make Yoruba people unique is their tendency to form into large city groups instead of small village groups. Yorubas are today one of the three main ethnic groups that make up Nigeria. They can also be found in neighboring countries. Yoruba people are a large ethno-linguistic group or ethnic nation in Africa, and the majority of them speak the Yoruba language. Yoruba constitute approximately 35% of Nigeria's total population and around 40 million individuals throughout the region of West Africa. While the majority of Yoruba live in western Nigeria, there are also substantial indigenous Yoruba communities in Benin, Ghana, Togo, and the Caribbean. A significant percentage of Africans enslaved during the transatlantic slave trade in the Americas managed to maintain the Yoruba spiritual religion known as Aborisha. Indeed, the initiation and the practice of Aborisha spiritual religion offers a route to other people of African descent who were victims of slave trade in the American or Caribbean to make claim to Yoruba heritage. Yorubas are the main ethnic group in the state of Lagos, Ekiti, Ogun, Ondo, Osun, and Oyo, which are subdivisions of Nigeria. They also constitute a sizable proportion of Kwara and Kogi state as well as Edo state. Major towns and cities. Traditionally, the Yorubas organize themselves into networks of related villages, towns, and kingdoms, with most of them headed by an Oba, king, or Bale, a noble or mayor. Major Yoruba cities and towns including Ile-Ife, Ibadan, Lagos, Ijebu-Ode, Abeokuta, Akure, Ilorin, Ijebu-Igbo, Ogbomoso, Ondo, Badagry, Ado-Ekiti, Osogbo, Ilesha, Oyo, Owo, Kaba, Ofa, Ilesa, Ilobu, Ede, etc. There are other Yoruba cities and towns such as Ketu, Sabe, Dasa, and others in the Republic of Benin. There are other cities and towns with historical affiliation with the Yoruba people because they share one or more similarities together. Some of these cities and towns are Benin City, Warri, Auchi, Okene, etc. Igbo people and their culture. Igbo, also called Igbo, people living chiefly in southeastern Nigeria who speak Igbo, a language of the Benin-Congo branch of the Niger-Congo language family. The Igbo may be grouped into the following main cultural divisions: northern, southern, western, eastern, or cross river, and northeastern. Before European colonization, the Igbo were not united as a single people, but lived in autonomous local communities. By the mid-20th century, however, a sense of ethnic identity was strongly developed, and the Igbo-dominated eastern region of Nigeria tried to unilaterally secede from Nigeria in 1967 as the independent nation of Biafra. By the turn of the 21st century, the Igbo numbered some 20 million. Most Igbo traditionally have been subsistence farmers, the staples being yams, cassava, and taro. The other crops they grow include corn, maize, melons, okra, pumpkins, and beans. Among those still engaged in agriculture, men are chiefly responsible for yam cultivation, women for other crops. Land is owned communally or by kinship groups and is made available to individuals by farming and building. For farming and building, some livestock important as a source of prestige and for use in sacrifices is kept. The principal exports are palm oil and palm kernels. Trading, local craft and wage labor also are important in the Igbo economy. And the high literacy rate has helped many Igbo to become civil servants and business entrepreneurs in the decades after Nigeria gained independence. It is notable that Igbo women engage in trade and are influential in local politics. Example, for the northeastern groups, the Igbo live in rainforest country. Most Igbo occupy villages or dispersed compound, but in some area villages are compact. The compound is typically a cluster of huts, each of which constitutes a separate household. Traditionally, the village was usually occupied by a patrilineage, Omona. Before the advent of colonial administration, the largest political unit was the village group, a federation of villages averaging about 5,000 persons. Members of the group shared a common market and meeting place, a tutelary deity, and ancestral cult to support a tradition of descent from a common ancestor or group of ancestors. Authority in the village group was vested in a council of lineage heads and influential and wealthy men. In the eastern regions, these groups tended to form larger political units, including centralized kingdom and states. Oh, how I love history! How I love history. We all have culture which is beautiful in our own way, but I'm going to say this. For the Southwesterners, the culture is very beautiful. I think in Nigeria they are referred to as the most, accommodating and also the most respectful culture. Yes, the most accommodating and most respectful. Though, of course, individually, everybody is, accommodating. We have our own, tolerance of accommodation. But Yorubas, you have to give it to them when it comes to accommodating. They accommodate you very well. And of course, when it comes to respect, this there, when you want to greet your elder, you dobale, you understand? You dobale and, you kind of kneel. So, give it to them. Some people are not going to agree with this, but this is history. History is very interesting. To me, I feel this should be knowledge. It should not be a piece where you come and say, no, you're bad, this one, please. You're not here to fight. Nigeria, our culture is very, whether we like it or not, our culture is very beautiful. I did tell you, we have very beautiful culture here. So, but Southwesterners and Southeasterners today, now they don't come as I can't tell them and say, you're bad. And yes, if you give it to them, they are more accommodating. And of course, more respectful their culture. Alright, on this note, you have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.